I don't know what happened. Good morning, my tipsters. Welcome to Daily Tips with Monica. I appreciate you guys coming on the stream. I appreciate you guys so much for coming on the stream. Appreciate you guys for supporting me. I'm sorry I wanted to go live on YouTube, but I have this app that is not allowing me to change my uh to change my um it's not allowing me to change my picture. So I just want to go ahead and get this started. I'm going to go ahead and share myself out. I'm going to go ahead and share myself out. Good morning. I hope everybody had a wonderful day. I hope everybody had a good Saturday night rest. I hope everybody had a good Saturday night rest. I'm going to go ahead and share myself out. I hope everybody going to go ahead and share myself out. I hope everybody had a wonderful day. Um, oh, ain't nobody coming. I hope everyone had a happy Friday. I mean, a happy Saturday evening. Just waiting for a few people to enter the building. Thank you so much. Who all is coming on. I appreciate you for coming. I really do appreciate you for coming. I do appreciate your support. Um, so let's just give it a few moments while people come on to the stream. Um, well, welcome to the one person that is in the group. I mean, in the live. Appreciate you for coming. I appreciate you so much for coming. I don't care if it's one, two, or three. I'm going to go ahead and get my message out there. Thank you so much for coming. Um, if you have not thumbs up the live, go ahead and thumbs up the live stream. If you have not shared me out, go ahead and share me out. Share me out to all different platforms if you like. Um, what we're going to do now, guys, I'm not going to tarry long. I'm not going to hold you long. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get into the devotion. Um, devotion is, well, we're going to read the scripture first. It says, when we put God first, all else falls into place. That is Matthew chapter 10, the 37th through the 39th verse. Would you stop practicing your faith if your spouse objected to it? The devotion is the Lord is our hope. It is difficult for us to read the book of Lamentation the way it was originally written. This series of poems is written so that each stanza begins with the next letter of the Hebrew alphabet. It is as if we wrote a poem or song with the first stanza beginning with A, and then the next B, and following. This adds a certain amount of symbolism to the work. In the course of the book, the author acknowledges that the fact that the people had sinned. He recognized the responsibility of their exile, the grief that they suffered. But he also includes the deep seated knowledge of the goodness of God and trust that God will bring them back once again. Too often, I have seen people who have been through tragedies through not no fault of their own, who don't have that faith in God's goodness. They lament their situation, but they don't think that things will get better or they will find happiness or peace again. With that attitude, it can be a self fulfilling prophecy and they can't find peace. Others have been beset by terrible tragedies and yet retain their faith. Nothing shakes their belief that God is good and that no matter what happens, He will be with them to the end. I think of the women who have lost sons of drunk driving or to senseless violence. Instead of moaning and groaning about their situation, they gather together to change the system, to raise people awareness of the destruction caused by the careless, selfish actions of others. Mothers Against Drunk Driving, M is called MAD, MADD, has made the position of designated drivers almost universal. The mothers of shooting victims work tirelessly to change the gun law so that there are fewer people on the streets with weapons. We can learn from the author of Lamentation. Good morning, Everyday Life with the Kelly Girls. Thank you for coming. We can learn from authors of lamentation and grieve our losses, but still return that trust that God is with them and will save them once again. Loving and forgiving God, you are with us through all the situations of our life. Whether our grief is because of our own actions or those of another, we must trust you bring us through it. Thank you, Amen. So, what this is saying that when we go through things in life and we go through unexpected things that could affect us, tragedies that could affect us, um, we have to trust in God, knowing that He's going to fix this situation. Just like with the Black Lives Matter situation, with George Floyd, when this thing happened, um, when that happened with George Floyd, when the officer killed him, what ends up happening was um what ended up happening is we started to march. We started to march and we started to getting the message out there. But then when the looting came, and I'm not putting, the when the looting came, it became more of about getting back and instead of getting the message out. And that's the way he said how God is. Like God, he will set things up for the success, and you won't have to feel like you are alone in the situation. Like it says, God will be with them and He will save them. So if someone passes away unexpectedly in a car accident or something like that, that is a tragic situation. It is very tragic. It is very heartbreaking because because of someone else's. But we have to know that God can save us. God can heal us. And we just have to give that to God. We have to have a forgiving heart. I understand it's hard to forgive people when they do something like that, kill your child unexpectedly. You think that you think that you'll be able to forgive someone that has murdered your child? I don't, you know what I'm saying? But God teaches us forgiveness. Good morning, McRae Kingz. God teaches us forgiveness. So we have to forgive one another. We have to love one another. We have to give God all the praises and we have to give everything that tore us down or made us feel or that has something that was taken away from us. We have to give that to God and ask God to heal us and ask God to lead us in a way to get our message out there. Um, like I said, when George Floyd passed, it was a great movement. It's still a great movement. It's still people out there marching for the injustice that is happening to Black people. But I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad that the looting has stopped because that's not the way that God want us to be. When we getting our message out there, God said, get your message out there. But you don't have to just because they do it don't mean you have to do it. Just because they took a life don't mean you have to take a life. Let me do it. Let me fight your battles. Let me show you the way of doing things. You don't have to do anything but do the right things and have a forgiving heart. So, guys, that is the devotion, guys. I may have been a little off this morning. I'm sorry. But what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about tips on dealing with a manipulator. I was supposed to talk about that yesterday, but yesterday I think we needed to talk more about mental health, how our mental health is. And please take that serious. If you're going through some kind of depression, or you're going through things that you feel like you're unbalanced, go get you some help, honey. Go get you some help. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, guys, is tips on dealing with a manipulator. A manipulative person, guys, are people who disguise their interests as your interests. They will manipulate your opinions, your facts. They will act like they are so concerned about you. They will offer you help with your performance, your attitude, and your life. And if you don't change the act the way they want you to act, or change your life the way they want you to change your life, then it becomes a problem. But truth is, those kind of people are not in your life to help you. They are there to control you. Here are some tips that can help you recognize and deal with the manipulator. The first thing is ignore them. When dealing with a person that is manipulative, the biggest mistake you can make is with them is to correct them on anything. By correcting them, you are showing you're putting yourself in a deeper trap with them. A person that is manipulative will use frustrations and confusion to bait you into a conflict. They want you to get upset. See, so they can so they can see how you tick. So that means see how they can get under your skin. See what makes you go off. Once they know what triggers you, they will use that to influence your actions. But the best thing for you to do is to ignore them completely. Delete them from your life. If you cannot do it quickly, because do it quickly. Because even if they're a family member or a co-worker or a friend, if they are being manipulative in your life, just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. You just agree to disagree and do your own thing. So ignore them. When you're dealing with a manipulative person, they're gonna do anything and everything to get under your skin, come at you in so many different ways. But you have to know not to feed into the mess. Not to feed into their mess, because that's what they want. They want you to get out of character. That's why they might make up some lies about you. Yesterday I watched a video where this man was being manipulative to a woman, when a man was being manipulative to a woman, and he was kicking her out the house because he said, "Oh, you being disrespectful to me. You ain't respect me." And she was telling him, "I'm not disrespecting you. What do you mean?" He was like, "I'm putting you out my house right now." And then what ended up happening is he said, "All you have to do is say yes. Yes, I'm not going to disrespect you." But you act like you can't even say yes. That's manipulative behavior, because you want them to act the way that you want me to act, not me be on my own. And then he was like, uh, and then she was like, "Yes, you see that I never disrespected you. Why are you doing this?" And then he was like, "Well, since you said yes, then I'm going to help me put this stuff back in the house, then you can stay." That is manipulative behavior. That is very manipulative behavior. But the best thing for her to do at that time, I feel in my heart, is to get all her stuff and go and don't look back. See, they do things to make you get you upset. They want you to be upset. They want that attention from you because they know that's going to piss you off. I'm going to be honest, they want to piss you off. They want you to cry. They want you to cry and be upset. But what you have to do is you have to ignore them type of people. You have to ignore them and just pay them no mind. And because you know who you are, you know what type of individual you're trying to be. So don't worry about them. Don't worry about what they say. Ignore them. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Some people will come on you when you're live, but they will come on your YouTube page, on your YouTube channel while you're live, and just start trolling you. That's manipulative behavior because they want to see you cut up. They want to see you act a fool. I'm not calling no one a fool, but I'm saying they want to see you get out of character. I'm gonna say that instead of acting a fool. They want to see you get out of character. So instead of responding, say nothing. Let them think what they want to think. Let them be what they want to be. But you know who you are. So just you have to recognize when they want you to get you out of character. They want to see what makes you upset. The second thing, trust your own judgment. If you know what is best for your life, then you don't need nobody telling you anything. Don't define yourself in someone else's opinion of you. Like McRae say, what you think of me is none of my business. So define your own self. Trust your own self. That what separate the winners from the losers. And their ability to listen to other people's beliefs is the ability to list your own beliefs. What you believe is your boundaries. By setting your own beliefs and having a strong hold on to them will prevent a manipulator from affecting your life. So trust your own judgment. You don't need, I'm bad about that too. Always asking somebody opinion about what they think. And if you know who you know, you have to have your own mind when it comes to dealing with situations, with dealing with a manipulator. Because if you go by what they say, they'll forever, forever, forever have that stronghold over you. What you think, what your opinion, their opinion of you always going to be holding on to their opinion. That's what I'm going to say. You're always going to hold on to their opinion. Uh you're always going to think what they say is right. And then 9 times out of 10, they're just telling you whatever you want to hear. So trust your own judgment. If you know something ain't right, don't do it. If you feel like, because let me tell you something about a manipulator. They will manipulate a situation for their good. Let me tell you something for they good. Let me tell you something, but you have to trust your own judgment. Like, say for instance, this someone comes to you and say, this person is a B because she trying to tell me what to do. She trying to come against me. She trying to she a bad person, knowing that this person is not a, you know what I'm saying, is not coming off as a bad person, not coming off as a narcissist or anything. But they trying to manipulate the situation because they couldn't get their way. So what they do is they go to other people, you, and put out a negative things about that person just to manipulate the situation for their good. So that person that they're speaking about can look bad while they look good. So trust your own judgment. Get to know a person for who they are. If they come against you, you know that they were speaking the truth, but trust your own judgment. Don't trust someone else's because a manipulator, they couldn't be lying through their teeth. They just mad at the time. Then some manipulators, this is the crazy part about manipulators, they'll talk about that person like a dog, but then go back in their face and act like everything is fine. And that is the honest God truth. And everybody know that. Thank you, Kelly girls. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So trust your own judgment. Know that, check it out. Check people out. People, a manipulator will manipulate a situation for their good. So you have to try and try to make themselves look like, oh, I'm so innocent. I'm so nice. I don't do nothing to people. Knowing that they do. Knowing that they the ones that's causing all this drama. So trust your own judgment. Get to know a person. Good morning, blogs. Good morning, Winston. Trust that. Trust that. Trust that. Trust that. Dealing with manipulative people, they will manipulate a situation for their good. And they could be lying, but so that's why you have to trust your own judgment. Good morning, Anita. Letting them know, look, letting people know what. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this. Letting you know, hey, this person is this way. But did they tell you what they did though? Did they tell you how they acted? No, they didn't. But they go speak negative of that other person. They gonna manipulate the situation for them to look good. I have been in several situations like that in my life, more than once, a lot of times. And I had to. I'm gonna be honest. I had to. And then when people get to know, they were like, Monica, you ain't nothing like what they said you was. I was like, cause I never been that type of person. I have people dislike me because just because of what somebody else saying. That's what manipulators do. But that's why you have to trust your own judgment. Get to know them for who you are. Get to know them for who they are, not for what the manipulator is saying. Because I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna manipulate you. They're gonna have you hating people for no reason, and you ain't got to be that way. So open your mind, open your heart, listen, watch, be very observant. So the third thing is don't try to fit in. Keep reinventing yourself. Keep doing different things. A person that's manipulative wants to consistently count on you to push their agenda. So what that means is do the things they want you to do, not what is best for you. They want you to show up for work on time, get home, clean the house, then make them feel good about themselves. The only way to keep from being manipulated is to actively push against all the boundaries that they set for you. Stop trying to fit in and learn how to stand out. Always try to be different in every possible way. When you're dealing with a manipulative person, they always want you to do the things they want you to do. Honestly. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all the situation in my life that happened in my life. Um, it was this she's my sister now, and I call her my sister and I love her sister. Okay. It was an ex-boyfriend of mine, and me and he was always complaining, like, oh, he'll go to her. She was like, Monica, man, you not he told me that you when he was always coming home, cooking, cleaning, and all that, and you didn't do nothing. I said, now how in the world can I sit at home and not do nothing when he's out there in the streets? Said that, oh, he did everything. He cooked, he cleaned. And let me tell y'all the truth, he didn't do not a thing. I did it all. I did it all. That's how manipulative some people can be. They'll have people out here in these streets thinking that you up here not being a good man or a good husband, a good wife, or a good girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay, Kelly girls. Um, and they'll sit there and manipulate these people thinking, have people thinking that you ain't doing nothing, and then have you saying you need to cook, you need to clean, knowing that you're doing all that, but they want you to be bogged down in the mind like you ain't doing nothing, knowing it's them the whole time. But this what it says though: keep reinventing yourself, keep doing different things. You don't have to fall in line with somebody else and what they doing and how they doing. So keep changing. If you need some things about yourself that you want to change, don't change it for them. Change it for yourself. Cause like they told me one time, this guy told me one time, oh, I don't like women that wear weaves. But then now you with women that got weaves all down her back. See, and then me, I'm changing myself for them. You ain't got to change yourself. You do not have to change yourself to fit in or be with somebody. If they can't accept you for who you are, get riddance. I'm just saying, you're right, Anita. People will try to bring you down by talking about you to others all the time. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Like, that's what a manipulative person, they will change you. They will try to change you, try to change how you dress, the way you look, how you think. And having you, and then next thing you know, you got low self-esteem. But the whole time, they the one that have these issues, and all those issues that they have on the inside, they project them all on you. So, so don't do that. Don't try to fit in. Never stand out. I promise it's been instances in my life people try to change me because, oh, I don't like women wearing weave. I can't believe that. I mean, how you gonna say you don't like women wearing weave, but then now you with a woman that wear wigs? Oh, I don't like big women. I'm a big woman, but this how some manipulative people. I wish you could lose a little weight. Don't lose the weight for them. Lose the weight for yourself. Oh, I don't. You know how manipulative people is. Oh, girl, I don't. Girl, I don't do those kind of things, knowing that they do. They do, knowing that they do. The fourth thing is, guys, stop compromising. Have guilt is a usually exactly, Anita. Be you and don't let nobody tell you how to live your life. Right. Don't let nobody tell you how to live your life. Like I said, it's with manipulators, they will tell you how to live your life. They'll I'm gonna be real. They'll take some manipulators because it's a good some good manipulators on here on these in these streets in this life. They'll tell you how to speak to people. They'll tell you how to treat people, but have your own mind. Don't fall for the okie doke. Do not fall for the okie doke. They'll have you out here looking crazy while they out here looking good. Ain't that crazy? That's what gets me is. I'm like, you want to have me out here looking crazy, and you the problem. That's what I don't understand. So, the fourth thing is stop compromising. Have guilt. Having guilt is a useless emotion, but it is a powerful tool. Guilt is one of the weapons that a manipulator will use against you. They'll make you feel guilty about past failures, the mistakes they have made, and and about you being happy and self-confident about yourself. Honestly, and they'll have you feeling like no one should feel happy, no one should feel good about themselves. They'll have you doubting yourself, your worth, your abilities to do things. They'll even you'll even they will ask you to even compromise your own values, your goals, your abilities, and your worth. No, I'm sorry, goals and self worth. But do not feel guilty and doubt yourself. When you, when it comes, I'm gonna tell you something, when it comes to your life, you don't owe nobody anything. When it comes to your life and the decisions that you make for not my life, but yours, you don't owe nothing. So I do owe them to raise them properly and to raise them, feed them, and love on them and love them. But you don't owe them nothing. You don't owe that manipulator nothing. You don't owe them nothing. So know that you deserve to feel good about yourself and about the things you have accomplished in your life. Don't compromise your morals and stuff like that because it'll lead to self destruction. So stop compromising. You know how a manipulator is, guys. Let me tell you, a manipulator that have you compromising your morals, knowing that you don't really do things like that, but they want you to do it. If you love me, you would do it. If you uh, such and such did it for me, oh, they'll throw an X in your face or a pre well, uh, and then like it says, they'll guilt you as well. Man, you know, like my mom and dad wasn't in my life, and every girlfriend that I had mistreated me, knowing that they lying, knowing that they the one that was mistreating, knowing that they was the one that was lying and cheating. I ain't never had my job like sometimes manipulate like this because they don't want to work. They be like, you know what I'm saying? It's just they'll put everybody at the job is the problem except for them. I don't know why my supervisor always on my case. He gonna make me quit. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, he always picking on me. Tell me I don't never do my job. Knowing that they go to work late, knowing that they be lying, stealing from the job and everything. But they saying that they be harassing them. Child, let me tell blogs. I'm gonna put this right here on the screen. Monica, what would you say about this? Would you consider it manipulation when your significant other does something wrong and when you want to talk, they cry about things in their past? Yes, that's manipulation because they're trying to change the subject. Let me tell you something. That sounds like one of my exes. They really do. Could never keep a job. And they always tell me, my mom and my daddy wasn't in my life. I watched my um I could just say so much, but I ain't gonna put them out there like that. I ain't gonna put them out there like that. But that is manipulation. They want you to feel sorry for them so they don't have to work. Or if they did something wrong, like cheated, they think, oh, I ain't never had nobody be an example in my life. But you don't make that choice. I'm gonna tell you something. Yes, play the blame game, like once they said. Anita said, I tried to stay away from it because I had see straight through them because of discernment. Right. Um, but yeah, blogs, like once they said they play the blame game, they want to blame everybody else for their problems instead of blaming themselves. Take ownership. They have to learn how to take ownership to their issues. You can't blame nobody else for your problems. If you cheated on your girlfriend or on your wife, you have to take ownership for that. Stop making it seem like if you if my dad was in my life. Good morning, Leo. How you doing? If my daddy wasn't in my life, um, I would, you know what I'm saying? I would know how to treat a woman. Thank you. Um, and I'm like, but that ain't got nothing to do with because I know plenty of men that fathers that wasn't really in their life and they learn how know how to treat a woman, know how to disrespect a woman. Like, but like you know what I'm saying? Some people just use an excuse on why they have bad behaviors. And that's sad. Just take ownership. What it is, they don't know how to take ownership for anything. They do not know how to take ownership for this. But guess what? Don't compromise yourself. If you feel like you're compromising yourself and you losing all your self worth, your self values, and how you and you don't want them, and they want you to feel miserable like them, it's time to walk away from that. Let me tell you something. I had to realize one day because I was just feeling. I was like, Lord. They was like always telling me I was the problem, and every time I try to talk to them, they got mad at me. This is what I went through. They got mad at me. Exactly, Anita. They got mad at me, and I'm like, then they threw a whole fit. And then I'm sitting here. This is what they want you to. They want you to run behind them. Okay, Like the McRae Kingz say, blogs, the easiest thing to do is tell them like I used to tell Tremel, OMG, cry me a river. But when you're done, build a bridge and get over it. But the real issue at hand is watch how fast they stop. True. But some people, they don't stop, Joe. Some people, I'm talking about, I had to deal with a master manipulator. Like, it was bad. I always feel like if they did something, I'm gonna be honest, if they did something that bothered me, and I'd be like, look, babe, I'm trying to have a conversation, whatever. Oh, they'll have a whole temper tantrum on me. I'm like, then try to like, I'm done. Throwing shit, excuse my language, throwing crap all over the house, putting holes in your wall. I'm leaving you. But they ain't leaving you because of you. They leave you because of their own selfishness and they can't take ownership of what they did. That's all what it is. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I used to cry because that's what they want you to do. They want you to run behind them. They want you to run behind them. They do. Manipulators, if you're in a relationship with a manipulator and they try to, and you want to talk to them and they be like, they'll get mad and try to leave because they want you to run behind them. And I won't talk about it anymore. I won't come at you anymore. Child, let me tell you. The fifth thing is, guys, don't accept aggressive behavior. Thank you, Leo. Thank you for sharing me out. Um, Someone that is manipulating you will use aggression to get results. That's why they speak over you. They'll try to speak over you. They'll use threatening body language while they're speaking with you. But if you get in that situation like that, stay calm. Offer a convincing argument. You don't become aggressive. People who become hostile is not capable of responding to you and meeting you at your level. They no, they want you to meet you. They want you to meet them at their level. People will act like an antagonist, will antagonize you, will either apologize or they will continue their aggressive behavior. So don't accept aggressive behavior. Don't accept people being aggressive towards you, especially a manipulator. Let me tell you something, because like me, I have been in situations like this because um I have had a situation where I was trying to talk to an ex or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, and I know that they wrong for it, but they'll get mad at me and start being talking all out. Monica, I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm like, I can't even get whatever I want to say out. And they was like, I don't care. You always got something to say. You, honey. And then they get to bowling up at you because they want you to cower down. I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know it at the time. Let me tell you something. I'm still learning. I'm still developing. So, you know what I'm saying? So they will, like I said, when someone is trying to get a manipulator is really trying to manipulate your mind. When they get all loud, when you done got they know they wrong, but they gonna make sure to let you know that I don't care what you say, I'm right. I'm right. So they're gonna talk over you. They're gonna try to like have aggressive voice, aggressive uh demeanor, and then you're gonna be sitting up there like, wow, what did I do? And all thing you trying to do is having a conversation, and they getting all upset. But see, they're trying to manipulate you to shut up and just go along with whatever they doing to you or disrespecting you or whatever. But you don't have to accept that behavior. You know how to talk to people. We all know how to talk to people. I'm be honest, everybody know how to talk to people and get an understanding or whatever. Sometimes we can get out of hand, but honestly, to be truthfully, We all know how to talk to people. When people do give you aggressive behavior and be talking over you and be having that threatening body language to where they want to act like they want to fight you. I'm gonna be honest, me myself, I'm to the point now. I'm like, you just say whatever, but just still like learn how to. If you have a conversation with them, they call. Say for instance, they mad at you, they call you, and you be like, "Hey, how you doing? I just want to say, blah blah blah, how I felt about the situation or something like that." And then immediately they tell you a new one. I'm talking about good morning, love kings. Thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. They tell you a new one, honey. They tell you a new one. You can't even get a word out. Say you allowed them to speak. You allowed them to speak. But when it was time for you to speak, that's how manipulators do. When it's time for you to speak, when it's time for them to have the flow, you let them talk. But when it's time for you to have the floor, they ain't gonna want to hear nothing you got to say. That's a manipulator. You're dealing with a manipulator because they don't care what you got to say. It's all about what they say is right. Let me get back into the chat, guys. Um, I have never really done food with a lot of people because of things I've seen, so I mostly stay to myself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody have free will and free choice. So the next thing is the sixth thing is take responsibility. If a person fools you once, shame on them. But if a person fools you twice, shame on you. Stop allowing people to manipulate and walk all over you. Stop being a person punching bag. Because it'll get to a point where people will not feel bad for you. And then you'll be embarrassing yourself. Have enough self-awareness, self-respect for yourself to say no to people who treat you poorly. You can't go through life blaming other people for your problems. Yes, manipulative people do exist. What they did wrong, yes, what they do is wrong, but it does not give you a pass to make a mistake and allow yourself to be used. No one can manipulate you without your permission. Like they say, can't nobody treat you bad unless you allow them to treat you bad. Can't nobody disrespect you unless allow someone to disrespect you. You are responsible for you, and that means your own self-worth, your own self-values, your own success, and your own failures. So be accountable. Learn from your mistakes. Don't keep trusting people that all over the place. Like, don't wishy-washy. Don't trust wishy-washy people. Do not. People that are wishy-washy with you, don't trust them. Remove those people from your life permanently. Commit to yourself that you will surround yourself with positive and like-minded people as yourself. So take responsibility you when you're dealing with a manipulator and you steady going back to them, you steady doing things with them. You got to take ownership that you allowed that. But you can't continue to allow. Let me tell you something, because they'll make you look foolish. Everybody be like, why you keep going back to him if he's still treating you bad? Why are you still going back to him if he's still disrespecting you, is cheating on you, and manipulating your mind to make you feel like you the problem? Why you continue to go back? Love yourself more. Love yourself enough to know that you are, I'm going to talk to a woman, you are a queen. You are a queen. You don't have to allow a man Exactly, Anita. You don't have to allow a man to tell you what you are worth. You know who you are. You know what you bring to the table. And if he can't love what you bring to the table and accept what you bring to the table, then it's time to buy. It's time to let that go. It's time to find, go on with your life and just tell him, look, I can't do this. I'm not going to allow someone to manipulate me, making like I'm the problem, making it seem like I'm doing this and I'm doing that. When I'm talking to you, you act like it's a problem. Well, you know what? Then since I'm such a problem, you don't have to worry about me. Bye. If I can't come to you as my significant other and tell you my grievances and how I feel, then there's no need for us to have a conversation and there's no need for us to be together because in a relationship, you have to communicate. You have to communicate. Now, if you can communicate when something is bothering you, yeah, you can. True, blogs, true. You true on that. She said, or appreciate what you bring to the table. It can be an entitlement things too sometimes. You're right. Some people feel like they're entitled to. So, guys, these are the daily tips. I want to go ahead and we're gonna do a recap. Um, the what we're talking about today is tips on dealing with a manipulator. The first thing is ignore them. Don't get out of character. None of that when you're dealing with a manipulator. The second thing is trust your own judgment. Don't allow them to change your opinions or your mind about. Know that get to know people before you judge them. Be around them. Have conversations with them. The third thing is don't try to fit in. Don't try to fit in with a manipulative person because you'll be changing to more like them than the person that you are. So keep reinventing yourself. Well, thank God you did get out. Thank God. I was in a situation like that, in several situations like that. And God got me out of all those situations. And now I refuse. I refuse to deal with some mess like that. If that means me, you know what I'm saying, filtering through, let me filter through. But I'll be doggone if I let someone try to manipulate my mind, making it seem like I'm such a problem. If I'm such a problem, then bye. If I'm such a problem, then bye. The fourth thing is stop compromising yourself. Stop putting yourself out there. Stop compromising your self worth. Um, Stop doubting yourself because of a manipulative person. Don't compromise your morals and values to fit in with a manipulative person. Fifth thing is don't accept aggressive behavior. If someone is being aggressive towards you and speaking to over you, not allowing you to talk, they have a very aggressive demeanor when you try to come to them and have a conversation. Cut it at the door. And the sixth thing is take responsibility. Take responsibility for allowing someone to manipulate you, but don't allow them to do it again. That's the issue. Don't allow them to do it again. Don't allow a manipulative person to do that to you again. Don't continue to go back to a person that don't appreciate you. Don't go back to a person that mistreats you. Don't don't go back to a person that continue to put you out the house for no reason because you think they think you disrespecting them. I couldn't yesterday that video really bothered me. Well, just yeah, everyday life with the care. Just ask God to give you discernment to know when to say things in a non-aggressive way. You can do it. Keep your head up. You can do it. Just before you say anything, just sit there for a minute and just collect your thoughts, and then don't respond automatically. Just take a minute. If that means you sitting down for a few minutes and just let me say, like I said, let me say this in a way where I don't offend anybody. That's how I feel. So guys, that is the Daily Tips with Monica, guys. I do appreciate you guys for coming. I do appreciate you guys for coming on the stream and giving me support. Like I always tell you guys, I love each and every one of you guys. If no one has told you they love you today, know that I love you. Know that God loves you. Um, as well, guys. Um, I got a few announcements. On June the 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the McRae Kingz will be having their 2-year anniversary celebration. Y'all guys are more than welcome to come. Um, as well, I will be doing a book review on. If you have not finished reading that book, you need to be finished reading that book because tomorrow at like 5 p.m. I am going to be doing my book review on the book that was created by Tracy Allen called Don't Let God Smell Your Panties. And then, guys, as well, in July, we will be reading the other book, which is called My Panties Clean. We'll be reading that in July, and I'll be doing a book review on that in July. And in August, I will be doing the interview with her. As well, guys, on July the 16th, that's my it wouldn't be right for me to have a virtual YouTube birthday party and not Jayla have one. Everybody loves Jayla. So I am going to have Jayla a virtual birthday party, guys, on um July the 16th at it's gonna be about 7 o'clock. So guys, look forward to helping my baby. She'll be 4 years old. So look forward to helping my baby celebrate her birthday. So that is all that I have for now. I'm gonna leave you guys with a few words. Um yeah, so look, she want a little if look, she if yeah look, she want a little she like Barbies. She like Barbies. Anything Barbie. She like. If y'all buy her all, send her all Barbies. If you want to send her a gift, inbox me and I'll let you guys know um what she likes. But I know for sure she wants me. I'm gonna buy her a Barbie camper. And Jayla, she loves Barbies. She loves anything Barbie. So she's gonna have a Barbie virtual party probably. So if you want to send her a Barbie, send her a Barbie. Please don't send her a big Barbie. Okay, y'all. So this is what I'm leaving with you guys today. Um, the road to success is not doing one thing 100% better, but doing 100 things 1% better. That is my dad. So, guys, thank you so much for coming. Shout out to the TBT squad. That's the McRae Kingz and myself. You guys, I want to thank you again for coming. Y'all have a happy Sunday. I'll see y'all in the morning. Look, your girl ain't got to go to work next this week. So I'll be coming to you live at 7 a.m. each morning until I go back to work. Y'all have a happy Sunday. And God bless each and every one of you guys.